Ladies and gentlemen, October 2024 is here. Some way, somehow, this year has flown by. And we've actually got a bunch of great Nintendo Switch games this year. But I think October might be the best month yet. In this video, we're going to go over a bunch of great Switch games that are coming out in the month of October that you should definitely check out. So let's go ahead and get right into the video. Yeah, to be honest, I really don't know how this year flew by that fast. I can sit here and think about it, but it just really doesn't make any damn sense. That being said, October really has a bunch of great Switch games that, in my opinion, are worth checking out. So before we get started, if you could hit a like and subscribe, it would truly mean the world to me. Let's go and get right into this video. So first we have SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick Star game. And this is coming out October 4th. So I don't know why this game is called SpongeBob SquarePants, the Patrick Star game. Why did they not just call it the Patrick Star game? Patrick fans, your time has come. And Bikini Bottom is your open world playground. You can skydive with a parasol or nothing at all. Search for buried treasure in the dump, or release the Rage in Mrs. Puff's Rage Room. Use almost any item you find, from the reef blower to a paint can, to make the world more Patrick. Me myself, I've been playing SpongeBob games all the way since the GameCube, and I'm actually a pretty big fan of them. Every time there's a new SpongeBob game, I always check them out, and 9 times out of 10, I really enjoy myself. So I'll definitely be checking this one out as well. Now let's talk about a game called Bloodless, and this is releasing October 10th. Bloodless is a retro-stylish action-adventure featuring counter-based, non-lethal combat staged in the atmospheric lands of Bakugawa. Help Ronan Tomoe to confront the ghost of her past and end the reign of violence from her former master. Remember, you're using non-lethal combat. Tomoe has sworn not to take another life, and must instead just disarm her enemies. Even as a coward and deserter through the eyes of her own people, Ronan Tomoe returns to her former land after witnessing all the blood that a blade can shed, hoping to spark the hope and courage that Bakugawa needs to fight back against its violent political methods. I absolutely love pretty much any samurai game out there, and anytime a new one pops up, I get pretty excited. This one has a really cool art style and seems to have its own direction, so this is one that I would definitely check out. Now let's talk about Fantasy Life I, the girl who steals time, and this is releasing October 10th. This is the long-awaited sequel to the original RPG-style life sim game that released on the Nintendo 3DS all the way back in 2014. So it's been a full 10 years in between games. In addition to working any job you want, from woodcutter, blacksmith, cook, and more, each comes with its own set of quests, and you'll get to build your own city on an abandoned island, travel through time, and meet new characters with some mysteries of their own. So I never played the first game back on 3DS, so I don't know that much about it and I really can't speak from experience. I really like this art style because it kind of reminds me of Animal Crossing a little bit, and yeah, this one looks like it's going to be pretty good. Now let's talk about Europa, and this is coming out October 11th. Run, glide, and fly across the landscape. Solve mysteries in the ruins of a fallen utopia, and discover the story of the last human alive. As you travel, you'll gradually upgrade the capabilities of your jetpack, boosting yourself further through the air until you can flow freely into the sky. There's a breathtaking world of lakes, meadows, and mountains to explore, uncover secrets, solve puzzles, and navigate hidden dangers inside the ruins. There's an intimate story about growing up and humanity's relationship with nature. So I think I read it in an article or seen it in another video, but somebody was describing this game as like a mixture of Legend of Zelda and like a Studio Ghibli film. And once I seen that description, I was like, hell yeah, this sounds amazing. And I think this game is going to surprise a lot of people. So this seems like yet another great game we're going to have on the Nintendo Switch. So another great game coming out in October is Neva, and this releases October 15th. Experience the moving tale of a young woman and her lifelong bond with a magnificent wolf as they embark on a thrilling adventure through a rapidly dying world. Neva is an emotionally charged action-adventure from the visionary team behind the critically acclaimed Gris. Neva chronicles the story of Alba, a young woman bound to a curious wolf cub following a traumatic encounter with dark forces. Together they embark on a perilous journey through a once beautiful world as it slowly decays around them. Over time, the relationship will evolve as they learn to work together, helping one another to brave increasingly dangerous situations. The wolf will grow from a rebellious cub to an imposing adult seeking to forge her own identity. So I'm not sure if you know about Gris, but it was a very special game. So since the same team who worked on that also made this game seems very promising. I would definitely check this one out. Now let's talk about Blazing Strike, and this is releasing October 17th. You'll be challenging fighters from all dimensions. After surviving an apocalyptic event, the remains of human civilization are in disarray. In this dystopian world, run by a corrupt and murderous government, a resistance group is ready to stand up for the people. Will they succeed in overthrowing these evil autocrats? Classic meets modern, because Blazing Strike's rush system creates a new way to experience a classic 2D fighting game. Select from 14 unique playable fighters, and fight against your friends, the computer, or play online matches against fighters from all around the globe. I mean, just looking at the gameplay here, this is essentially a classic fighting game, just in modern times. And I think that's great, because the best fighting games, at least in my opinion, are the classic ones, or the ones that remind you of playing in an arcade. So yeah, I would definitely check this one out too. So arguably the biggest Switch game of October, and one of the biggest ones this entire year, is releasing on the same day. Ladies and gentlemen, can you guess what game I am talking about? Do you really think you know? I really don't think you do. Why don't you take a little guess? I'll give you a couple seconds. Okay, let's see if you guessed correctly. I'm talking about Tales from the Arcade Fart Mania. That's right. This is releasing October 17th. I'll be honest, I don't know what the hell's going on here, but once I learned about this game, I thought I would be a fool not to mention it. A game where the main mechanic is farting? Bounce, fart, jump, and explore your way up into the very stratosphere to rescue your friends from the clutches of their alien kidnappers. Do I really need to say more? I don't think I do. This is Game of the Year material. Okay, I guess we can talk about another little game that's releasing October 17th. Super Mario Party Jamboree is also coming out that same day. Gather your friends, pick a board, and have a Mario Party. Choose your character, roll some dice, and compete in an assortment of minigames to see who can get the most stars. At launch, there will be 7 boards and over 110 minigames to choose from. And that sounds like a dream. I have been playing Mario Party all the way since the start. And we've got a couple misses here and there, but for the most part, it's a very solid series. I find this pretty crazy because this is actually the 3rd Mario Party game we're getting on the Switch. The first one really wasn't that good. The second one was better, but this one right here looks like it's going to be amazing. So a really cool thing about this is I can't speak for the physical version, but when you buy this game digitally, you actually get a free 3-month online membership of Nintendo Switch Online, because you're going to be able to play this online as well. So not only are you going to get what looks like one of the best Mario Party games of all time, you're also getting a free Nintendo Online membership. Do I really need to say more? So now let's talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutants Unleashed, and this is releasing October 18th. Mutants and humans have been kicking it together in New York City, but then Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo, and Donatello discovered several shipments of mutant ooze were scattered, contaminating areas of the city. It didn't seem so bad until they realized new mutants, aka Mubies, spawned from this mess. Not all these Mubies are evil, but some have lost their way, and the citizens don't feel safe anymore. So it might just be me, but I feel like in the past 12 to 18 months we've got a very high volume of new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle games, and that seems kind of weird. Like, it felt like we almost went a decade before we got a new game, and now it seems like we're getting new games like this every couple months. I'm not complaining, but I just find it a little odd. I will say, the art style that they went with in this one looks amazing. Like, it looks like a mixture of like hand-painted, cel-shaded, comic book style art. I had no idea that this game was even a thing, or that it was coming out, but if you had to ask me, this is a very welcome treat on the Nintendo Switch. So the game that I want to play the most that's coming out soon is Yakuza Kiwami, and this is coming out October 24th. So if I can be honest for a second, I don't really know that much about Yakuza games. Like, I know there's a bunch of games in the series, and the people who enjoy them absolutely love them, but I feel like you either love this game or it's not for you at all. I downloaded a random Yakuza game one time on Game Pass because I was just trying to find anything to play, but I really wasn't sure what I was doing and I didn't know what was going on. And the reason why I think that happened is because I probably skipped a few games, so I didn't know what happened in the game previous. It was still pretty fun, but I just had no idea what the hell I was doing. I've actually asked a few people who enjoy Yakuza games if this is a good one to jump into, and they said this one and another one are like a great place to start. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And the last game we're talking about today is Sonic X Shadow Generations, and this is releasing October 25th. You'll get to play as Shadow in a brand new story campaign featuring never before seen abilities that prove why he's known as the ultimate life form. Speed through iconic stages from Shadow's history, discover hidden secrets in an expansive hub world, and unlock new powers to take on Black Doom and save the world. So when this game was first announced, I don't know if I missed it in the trailers, but I didn't know this was actually 2 games. Sonic X Shadow Generations also includes a complete remaster of the highly acclaimed Sonic Generations, a time-traveling adventure featuring a greatest hits collection of 3D and 2D Sonic stages, now with upgraded visuals and new bonus content. So every time a new Sonic game comes out, I get excited. I've been playing Sonic since I was a little kid on my grandma's Sega, and I've always loved Sonic games, and I'm probably gonna always continue to love Sonic games, and I finally think Sonic's in a resurgence right now, and the future of Sonic games looks pretty bright. So yeah, this is not a bad way to end off the month of October. Ladies and gentlemen, we are this late in the life of the Nintendo Switch, and we still have months like this where this many exciting and new Switch games are coming out, and that's pretty crazy. As always, in the comments below, let me know what you guys are thinking. If you're going to be picking up any of these games, just start a conversation. If you have made it this far, I would really appreciate a follow on Instagram. That would be pretty cool. And you guys know me, I will see you soon with a new video. Peace out.